Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to the Nether's Core. I'm Indeed Hale 103, your nerdy best friend, and today we're actually going to be talking about my testimony. And basically, if you don't know what a testimony is, it's us expressing how we found God. So let's get right into this. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, theme song. Okay guys, here we go. I'm really excited about this. Let's get into this. Okay guys, so I want to get something straight. I want to be completely honest with you guys right now. I did grow up in a Christian household, and there was a lot of people in my life that wanted me to find God, that wanted me to find a relationship with Him. You see guys, I didn't think I needed a relationship with God. I thought I could just do everything by myself, that I was going to be completely fine. I didn't really care. And I mean, I was in preschool, so I didn't really know anything about what the problems of life had in store for me. And I just completely rejected all the ideas that my teachers in preschool and my parents were trying to tell me. It didn't get any better when I got to elementary school. I just stayed the path I was at. I didn't really care about God. I didn't really need Him. I didn't see Him influence my life at all. Little did I know He had a plan for me. One day at recess, one of my best friends got beaten down in the basketball court. I came up to the basketball court to see what was going on, and I saw him there pinned against the ground. And I just saw the pain on his face, and I just stood there frozen. I didn't know what to do. Should I go out there and help him? Should I try to drag the kid off of him? Should I go get the lunch aid? Should I just stand here? And ultimately, I just stood there. And I stood like that for a long time. This is someone really special to me. He chose me, kind of. He came up to me on the first day of kindergarten, and he said, and this is straight up what he said to me, "Hey, you want to be my best friend?" And that was probably the happiest moment of probably my young life. That and the birth of my little brother, of course. But in all seriousness, guys, this was the kind of person that I wanted to treat with respect, and I didn't want to ever let him down. And he can attest to this. I was always following him around at recess. I was always trying to impress him and trying to get into his life in weird ways, but it ended up being that I just stood there and something started to happen inside my body that I didn't understand. So after a few minutes of watching this unfold, I just started laughing at the whole situation. Like, I was cracking up laughing, and tears were streaming down my face. I just remember singing to myself, "What the heck is going on?" Me and my friend weren't exactly the same bonded pair after that. He kind of needed some days during lunch periods to take a break from me, I guess to say, and he would sit with other people that he was friends with, and I was kind of left alone. You see, as I was maintaining this perfect relationship with this friend of mine, I kind of lost interest in other people, and it ended up being that I found out right then I didn't have any other friends. I was alone at school. This realization hit me like a boulder, and I realized right then and there that if anything happened to this friend of mine who was already starting to drift away from me, I'd be left alone. I wouldn't have anyone to lean on and support me besides my family, who wasn't with me, 24/7. I would be basically alone. I didn't like that. So instead of sitting by myself and moping about how I couldn't sit with my friend and how he didn't seem to want my company at the moment, I decided to go out there and sit with someone to see if I can make a relationship with someone else. That's when ultimately I met a great person and a great friend that would ultimately lead me to God and change my life forever. His name was Taco Cat, and he's to this day my best friend, and he's a co-creator of this channel, and I'm so happy to actually include him in my testimony because he truly did lead me to God. Anyway, I didn't really know why exactly I sat where I sat, but I probably saw there was an empty seat next to this kid, so I'll just sit down next to him. And he was really funny, he was really nice, and the people that he sat with were really nice, and they treated me, you know, with respect, and I was really happy for that. So it did end up being that my old friend did move away, and he moved out of the school zone, and I didn't get to see him that often anymore. And I kind of broke down a little bit. But God, even within my situation of uncertainty and not knowing what was ahead of me, He had a plan for me, and He kind of led me to the right decision. I had no idea what to do. I mean, I could probably try to sit with Taco Cat again during middle school, which was the next year up for us. But I wasn't completely certain if he wanted to be friends with me completely or not. Finally, I came to the conclusion that I should take the chance to be friends with him and to be friends with the people around him and just have a great relationship with these kinds of people. On the first day of middle school, I looked out over the crowd of people in the lunchroom and I saw Taco Cat, and I just sat down at his table, and there was a lot of people around, including my other friend, Used River, who was also part of this channel as well, who also is one of my best friends. And we all kind of bonded. We all became really close friends, and I realized at that moment in my life, right there, just sitting at the table for the first day, that I knew where I was going to be and I was going to be okay. Then Taco Cat asked me the question if I wanted to come to his youth group with him, and I was kind of skeptical about it. I didn't really know exactly what happened at a youth group. I just thought I would just go there for the fun of it, play a little dodgeball, you know, have some fun, hang out with my new friend, and I am happy to say that going to this church was probably like the moment in my life when my eyes opened. First walked in and I just was completely dumbfounded. I was completely amazed at the place. There was a lot of people there and this really big open gym, and everyone was running around like nuts, like running around playing dodgeball. There was some basketball going on and it was chaos, and I was like, oh man, what did I get myself into? And later on, during the time when they were starting to talk about God, I found myself listening. You know, like, this was a time when I wasn't really that great with God. I wasn't really with Him, and here I was at a church listening to verses and pastors telling great things about God, and I was just so happy to be there, and I was completely proud to be there. I was just so overwhelmed with emotion that I came home and prayed probably for the first time a real prayer, and I kind of talked with God to see where we stood. I wasn't really sure how to address God. Was I supposed to be like formal, like, dear God, please help me and forgive me for all the things I've done, and please, you know, blah 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 blah. But later on I found out that you can talk to God any way you like. You can talk to God about anything. I always picture God as a friend and a father to me at the same time, and that's the way I kind of talk to Him. I talk a little bit formal, but it's more, I'm talking about my problems with Him. I'm talking about my day with Him. I'm talking about my life to Him. And He already knows all that, but He appreciates it when we come to Him and express our feelings about our life. I think it was like after the 5th visit to the church that I asked God a formal prayer of forgiveness and mercy, and because I wanted to go to heaven, and I wanted to be there with my parents and with my friends and live eternally with God. You can't just say you want to go to heaven. You have to actually believe in your heart that you want a relationship with God, because He's the person who created you. He's the person who gave you life. And the only way to go to heaven is to believe in Jesus, which is God's only Son. which he sacrificed for our sins so that we could go to heaven. Jesus died on the cross for us, and he rose again 3 days later. He defeated death, and now we're able to go to heaven. Through this sacrifice, we can live eternally. But you gotta believe in him. You have to believe in Jesus. You have to believe that you've done things wrong in your life, and that the only way to God is through Jesus. In other words, you can't believe in other idols. I idolized my old friend back in elementary school, and he ended up getting into a fight, and our relationship broke because of it. That's not going to happen with God. God is in our life, and he is there permanently. Whether you're with him or not, he's there, and he's influencing your life even if you don't believe in him. So I challenge you guys to pray to God this. I know I have done things wrong in my life. I believe in Jesus, and I believe that he died for my sins, and I believe that he rose again 3 days later, conquered death, and rose back up to heaven, and he lives an eternal life now. And now that I believe in him, I believe that I will follow his footsteps and come to live eternally with you as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It means a lot to me that you guys watch this. In the future, there's definitely going to be other videos from me talking about other things in my life that have influenced changes. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Last I checked, we have 27 subscribers, 27 awesome people, awesome individuals, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of this channel right now. And I thank you guys all for committing to this channel and actually watching our videos. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Totally like up this video. Comment if you'd like. Ask me questions if you want to talk about religious stuff. I'll definitely answer your questions. Don't forget to leave it in the comments. I'll answer it the best I can. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.